Hello and welcome to an extremely special Idaho Renaissance Fair Inc. YouTube video. I'm so excited. The reason it's special isn't just because of these amazing people that we have. That helps. But this is the first of our attempts at doing this. As you all are well aware, we are a community building group. Iron Rations is part of that community. We are so excited for their helping, for us, and however this goes, leave your questions, leave your comments, things that can be improved, things that can change. We want to know because this is the first. No one else has ever done this with us, as anyone who follows our channel knows. So this is educational, and I would love to introduce my guests, but I'm going to let them do it because this is actually happening right now, and they are that special. Please.
I'm Scott Anderson, owner of Iron Rations.
I'm Laura Dilworth. We are actually siblings, and we're co-owners of the Iron Rations, and we are just family owned. All of our crew's family and friends.
Now, is this a family owned that you inherited?
Nope. We started this from the ground up and From scratch. Just decided one day, hey, let's do this. We've been doing this for years, and so just said, let's go.
So you say years. When was the very first event that you did? When, was it at a fair that you were starting at?
Our first event that we started doing, we wouldn't call it a commercial event, but we have some friends that had some ties to Dunlop Hatcheries and their 4th of July party that they would host for their company. They asked our friends to come out and cook the way we cook on our discs, and for 7 years we went and cooked for their event every year, and so we kind of developed our techniques through that, and just great family time.
Yeah, lots of family weddings. We've cooked for my children's weddings, and we've cooked for nieces and nephews' weddings, and so it's just been kind of something that's developed over time.
And anyone who's been by your booth has seen those large skillets. Like, those aren't woks,
No.
right?
No.
So what is the difference? Because a lot of people who do Asian cuisine use large woks, which have very wide sides. And what is the big defining difference between your skillet and a wok?
The pitch, typically, what I've seen is the pitch of the sidewalls. Our discata is the term that we use, or cowboy wok is another term that's thrown out a lot. But it's really because of the wok has steeper sidewalls. It's designed more to flip the food back on itself, whereas our discata, our discs are literally sitting there at a gentle angle to pull everything back in, flavor-wise. But you can also pull stuff out to let stuff rest on the sides where it stays warm, but not, you're not burning down underneath.
So is this something that you all made?
Yep.
So if someone wanted to go to Walmart or like Costco online or something and order your skillet, they can't do that?
No. There are some companies we found online that make them, but we do it ourselves. So we have a welder, and we weld them up and grind them down, and it takes a lot of effort. But to spoil it, these literally are plow-filled discs off of tractors.
No kidding.
They literally are the discs from a tractor that we take after so many hours of use in the field, they retire them. They stop working as well. We spend hours and hours grinding them down, welding up the center, the center where the shaft, where they mount onto the disc, polishing them, and then it's hours of actually just, getting the steel ready to cook on and bluing it. And yeah, it's a lot of work to get these up to.
That sounds like a lot. So to say that these unique pans of yours or cooking discs of yours are multifaceted, yes, would not be a stretch. They literally had an entire existence before. Any chance that it came from a family farm? Or did you just have an acquaintance? Like, how do you... There's no way you went and bought a brand new disc, right?
No.
No. So my husband's best friend, his dad works for a big company we won't name, and as they retire him, he was able to grab them for us. And
Oh, it makes sense. It's like the most successful recycling project ever.
Yeah.
Well, and that steel, like I know I work in the HVAC industry, and there are back east a lot of these old gravity heaters that are just these massive steel monsters. Do you find that the heat control for your discs is a little out of hand at times? Like, do you really have to stay on top of that?
That's the beauty, because these things are so thick, they retain heat. In fact, when we're cleaning up at night, it takes forever for them to cool off.
Okay, just like the
they
gravity
hold the
heaters.
heat really nice, and that's what's so cool about them is because you can, like a steak. I love cooking steak, bacon wrapped steak on them. You can get your steak seared, and then you can move it up the side and let it rest, but it's still warm. And while you're doing your sides, you can throw your vegetables in while it's down there. You can do almost everything.
we take them camping.
Yeah.
We throw oil in the bottom of them and cook scones. We make breakfast at, like last year at Skull, we cooked breakfast for everybody, and so it's very, very versatile, the things that you can do. Think of cast iron. Cast iron's been around forever, and you put the charcoal briquettes on it, and you can cook things as evenly temperatured as possible. It's the same concept with these.
Gotcha. So just to shift track a little bit, where did the name Iron Rations even come from? Because I mean, it almost sounds like a military kind of a thing.
Well, it's funny. The iron rations actually, and I could be wrong. It might be World War One. I think it was primarily World War II. When canning of food became popular and reliable, the food that was given before MREs were called iron rations because they were in tin. It was canned food.
Oh, no way.
However, and I don't know if you know this, but when we were trying to do something with the whole, the disc and what can we do. Surprisingly enough, the iron ration, when I really bought it and pitched it, I was going through Dungeons and Dragons, and there was a reference of an iron ration, which was a daily food amount that you needed, and I rolled with it, and it worked.
Well, and that's how you pitched it too. You said, hey, I found this is what's going on, and I was like, it's perfect. We cook on these big, huge steel things, and of course we want people to be able to come get their daily ration from us.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, you were mentioning how you have so many different things that you can cook, such as scones and all of that, but you primarily, when you're at your events, are sticking with a tortilla taco kind of a setup. Why have you decided that is the primary food that you're going to be serving?
Well, I think it was more going through all of the events we've done through all of the years. Everyone loves those recipes. And the food is good, and so it's just become it's easy. Not easy, but it's easy. It's something to fall back on because we know it's good. We know it sells. We know it tastes good. We've thought about doing other things. We've thought about throwing in other recipes because we have a lot that we could do. But it is so nice to go to a fair or somewhere like that and know what you're going to get already. I know if I'm going to go to a county fair, I'm going to get a funnel cake.
Right.
And so it is nice to say, I know I want to go get Iron Rations rice. I know I want to go get a chef's ration, and so that's where we've talked about getting more menu items, but the simplicity of just being able to walk up and say, I want that.
That's the biggest thing is, because we have a simple menu, we are turning orders under 30 seconds typically. You come up, you place an order, and before you sit down, our goal is to have your order out. And because everybody knows when you go to a fair, man, you can stand in a line forever.
Right.
And you don't, and for us, it was like, man, how can we get people through the line faster? What can we do? So we bought the equipment to help us do that faster. And our goal is, we try. I mean, we're embarrassed when we're like, oh my gosh, the chef ration's going to take an extra minute because we had to fire it fresh. And I'm like, a minute.
Yeah. Well, and it is so fun. It's kind of like, it's fun for us to hear people that will order their meal, walk away, and then we're like, order for Scott. hello, and people come back like, whoa, that was fast. I thought I'd go get a drink over there, and we're like, no, don't go too far. Don't go too far.
Right.
We're right here. We're ready for you.
Well, and that's a really good point, because even at our events, there are certain food vendors that'll hand out little buzz remotes.
Yep.
You know, and you could be waiting for a while. So having that ability to turn over quick is primarily what's driving your menu.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yes.
You said the recipes are yours. Did you have your own secret spices that you're
Yes.
putting into it?
Yep.
Like,
Yes.
Yep.
And we have one vendor who, to this day, every time I see him, he comes over, sits down, eats our rice, and he picks apart trying to figure out what is in it. And it makes him mad that I won't tell him what's in our recipe. And he wants us to bottle our seasoning and sell it.
Well, and disclaimer, so our cilantro lime beef recipe was created by my sister-in-law out of scratch one day, and she cooked it, oh gosh, for 25 years probably, just on her stovetop. And so that was hers that we developed and made it to where we could reproduce it quickly. And I bottled the spices myself. I go through and measure everything out. So when you come by, you'll see our little spice bottles. Those are just, I pre-bottle them. So it's quick
Gotcha.
to
So
just put it in.
you do have bottled spices. They're just not for sale.
This is
Yes.
not for sale.
The morning of the event, I am there
Yes.
filling spice bottles.
Especially our rice. That one is.
And yes.
There's something special about our rice. I mean, we joke that we sell rice with a side of tacos.
Which is kind of true, though, because I mean, honestly, like, no one's just throwing it away either. There really is something great about iron rations and the way that it's going together. That does pose the question, though. So you do a lot of our events. I don't think you've missed for a while now, but you do travel to other events. What's the range that you will go?
Right now, we're staying in the state of Idaho.
Okay.
Being a temporary food booth, because we don't have a food truck, it limits what we can put on our menu, how we have to buy our food, how we have to prep our food. So it does limit how far we can really stretch. We have looked at doing some events in Montana. We've looked at Nevada. We've looked at Utah.
We've been invited to all 3 states to go cook.
That's exciting.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, are we talking like a monogrammed letter? They're on the knee with a pillow, like.
Yeah.
Lots of emails, lots of at events, at your events even. We've had lots of people that have walked up and handed us cards saying, "Hey, you guys would fit very well," from other vendors.
Well, that's so exciting.
Yeah.
You know, like that is the biggest
It
compliment
is.
when you're being scouted.
It is.
Literally at another event.
Oh, we feel extremely honored for that. Something that we've just do as a family and hang out with. We have 3 weddings that for our own nieces and nephews this summer that we're doing, and so it is an honor to have someone say, "Come see us, come do this. You're perfect."
Yeah, for family to ask us, that's an honor. They get it all the time, and they're just like, "Come on, you can do this
You
for
make
me."
the best.
Yeah.
But it's and a lot of that, I'm going to give a lot of credit to the guys in our booth, the guys and gals, and I apologize, I use guys loosely.
Our crew.
Our crew.
The crew.
They're a very special group of people, and we're very, very fortunate to have, the staff that we have, and the heart and the soul of our group has been together for, since high school, 30 years,
Yeah.
30 plus years we've been together. We're all best friends. They support us, even when there's events, let's be honest, there's events that aren't as good as other events, and they come out and they're like, we're going to be there. And we've told them, we're like, hey, we only need 4 people to help this event. And all of a sudden we look and there's 16 guys here.
Yeah. Well, and our crew are special. You've met them. They have this aura around them that just is so joyful. So just people come not just for our food. They come for the interaction. They come for the experience, and we try to give that. And we give everything to our crew. Like we could not do this without the crew behind us. We could not do it.
And when you come buy food from us, I hope you're interacting with our guys out front cooking. The whole reason we have the discs out there is for you to come over, get a sample, try it, interact with our guys, figure out, well, these guys are crazy, but I want their food.
Well, and I can say as a person who has gone as a patron of yours, it is a lot of fun. There is a lot of interaction that gets to happen, and you don't know what's going to happen. I don't, just to be frank, I don't think your guys know what they're going to do half the time.
Heard rumor, two of our cooks chased down an orc at the last fair because something about meat's back on the table,
right?
And they chased them down.
Well, and what about at the last Ren Fair when they were jousting? I mean, they had their massive spatulas, and
yes,
I think there's a video floating around somewhere.
There is very much a video. Thank you for the patron that posted that on our Facebook page.
That was the jousting company that was there.
Yes.
Willa. I don't
grateful.
remember. I don't remember. I'm so bad at names.
Yes.
I apologize.
It's hard because we are so, as owners, your wife, my husband, as owners, we are very busy inside there. And sometimes it's hard for us to have that personal interaction because we're trying to make sure the background's still running and doing all those things. And so we're grateful that other people take notice and help us with that because we can't always just stop what we're doing and run out and take a video of our crazy cooks.
Oh, right. Do you remember when Ben and John came to us and like, hey, we want to buy 3-foot-long stainless steel spatulas and sword fight? And I went, liability. Oh my gosh.
Sign a waiver. Your wife, so Laura, his wife, she handles all of our, she's kind of our HR, and she handles all that, and she's like, can we have waivers signed before we joust with giant sticks?
Oh yeah, well, and it's actually because of that story. I had the privilege and the honor to do a living representation of Iron Rations for Skull, and that was one of the reasons that I had the massive 3-foot whisk, is because of the massive 3-foot spatulas. Mm-hmm. You know, it's just tools that you never get to see from your frying pans to your actual cooking utensils. What do you do when an emergency comes up, though? You run out of food because it's so popular, and you try to plan as best you can.
We have not ran out of food at one event yet.
We've had to go buy more thinking we were going to run out of food, and then it always is like, oh, well, I think we were right. We got to stop and start trusting our gut.
Trusting the numbers.
Trusting the numbers, but typically it is either myself or we have another crew member that is more than willing to say, let me run.
Go.
You're more important here, let me run for you, and we send out a list and say thank you.
Yeah.
But then we have to be in the background, and we have some of our crew step back and start prepping for us.
Yeah.
Because we can't just throw it on. We have to prep everything.
Right.
So it has to be washed, it has to be cut,
Well, and with as busy as you all are, when do you find your time for your own breaks? Like, are you grabbing a bite to eat? Are you just eating your own food? Like, how do you go about taking your rest periods?
We do try to rotate, especially if you're a cook. Those discs get really hot. We do try to cycle everybody through and give them water breaks, go sit down, go. In fact, we like our crew to have time. Go take an hour and walk the fair. Go. You're part of the event. Go be part of the event.
Yeah, go enjoy it.
And unfortunately, that we learned that the hard way. Our very first event.
Number one. Yeah.
In Burley.
And it was Labor Day weekend, so it was very, very, very hot.
Oh yeah.
Very hot.
Yeah.
And
somebody
didn't drink very
hydrate.
well. And so we were having a full. He had some heat stroke stuff, and so we were. I didn't realize that was going on. I'm a nurse. So I didn't realize that was going on until somebody was like, hey, Scott's in the back not feeling very well. And I went back there, and so I was running. I'm like, we need pickle juice. And thank goodness we ran over to one of the vendors right next door, and I'm like, you have hamburgers, that means you have pickles. Do you have any pickle juice? And he's like, yes. And I was like, please, can I have a cup of pickle juice? So we're shoving pickle juice down him. And then Simply Poured was
Michelle,
giving us, she was giving us ice like crazy, and we were bagging ice all over him. And that really kind of segues into our relationship with the other food vendors. I feel like we might make some people mad, we're a little loud and boisterous, but we have a really good relationship with most of them to where we can say, we don't sell drinks, we have water, but go over and, you want a coffee? That truck right there. They have amazing coffee. You want lemonade? Over there. Delicious lemonade. You
you-
want a donut? We don't have sweets. Go over there.
Your little boy
Right.
wants a corn
Right.
dog, go get a corn dog. Go get
Yeah.
a cup off.
Right.
Go get, we don't care. I mean,
Yeah.
our whole goal is to uplift and raise the entire event. In our little booth space that we pay for, how can we build on the event and make the event better for the patrons that are coming in? That is our goal.
Well, and you say little booth space, but I mean, realistically, most everyone will only see the front, but you go pretty deep because, like you said, you don't have a food truck that you're going out of. How big, realistically, is your food booth?
20 by 30.
20 feet
20
by
feet
30
by
feet.
30 feet.
Yeah, so we
Yeah.
have a 20 by 20 tents set up, and then we have a 20-foot trailer that we put behind that holds all of our refrigeration. We actually pull a refrigerator out into our booth, so it's quicker to grab stuff.
Makes
but
sense.
in the trailer in the back, we've got 2 more fridges back there that store all of our cold foods.
So with a setup of that size, do you find yourself not able to do certain events just because you're too big?
I wouldn't say not able, but very difficult. Some of our smaller events, because of the size of our crew and the size of what we have to do, unloading that much stuff to serve maybe 100 people is really difficult. We are set up for large groups.
Yeah, and it's not even, it's the equipment that we have that we purchased that requires more time setup because we built this based on large events. So for us to just show up and and have a smaller event and try to pick and choose how we just don't have the equipment to do a smaller, which is really odd to say. It feels funny saying that because you would think it would be the opposite, but yeah, we're just geared up for giant events.
And like we cook like this at home for ourselves, and we can do that because we can run in the house and grab what we need out of the fridge, and we can throw up 3 discs and just cook them really quick, and it doesn't have to be sanitary when you go to
We're
Right.
not following food guidelines that we have to at events, which we do at home anyway.
We do.
But
Right. No, you're
but
still safe.
We don't have to set up a wash, rinse, clean, sanitize. We don't have to have the hand wash. There's a lot of stuff that we try to hide at the back end of our booth that is required to make sure that we are handling food properly.
Well, and a huge compliment to y'all as well. During our Skull event, we had the city of Caldwell come out, and they did inspect the food trucks. And the lady, I was working at the front at the time, the inspector lady came by and said, "You just need to have Scott show everyone how to do this because I never have a problem with iron rations."
Yeah.
And that's coming from a food inspector. Like, her whole job is literally to look at every single little detail and say, "Wrong!"
Yeah,
we
try. We try really hard to be upfront, honest. If there's something they see us that they don't like that we're doing, we'll change it. There's a piece of equipment we're looking at that's it's gonna cost us $5,000 for this next piece of equipment we need to buy. But it makes the inspectors feel better about what we're doing. So
Right.
we're okay investing in ourselves for sure. And the inspectors, their job is to keep the public safe.
and we don't want anybody to ever have to worry about whether they can eat from us or not.
Right. Right.
It is important to us.
It is.
Well, it can literally make or break a company.
Oh, yeah.
We're so weird. We sample every single thing that comes off. We pull a sample out, and how many times have we been, whoa, that's the other beauty of a small menu. We can literally taste it and go, there's something missing. Let's go through the list. We forgot to add X. Okay,
Right.
get it in. Or, oh man, I put the chicken seasoning in with the beef. Well, that's darn. We get rid of it. We have high standards too.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll dump a whole pan of food if we have to, because we want the quality up there. We want people to return and know that they're going to get what they got before. So
Right.
it's important.
Well, and speaking of investing into yourself, what does the future hold for Iron Rations? You've mentioned food truck. You have mentioned how you're honestly too big for some small events. Like, is this your primary source of income?
No. every one of us
Every single
have
one.
our own careers. This is something that started originally when we started doing Renaissance fairs. We had another vendor come and say, man, your guys' food fits what we're doing when they're going to Renaissance fairs. You guys really should. You really should. You really should. And we just finally said, let's try one. Let's try it and see what happens. And that's how we got where we got. But that being said, it grew very quickly. It grew very quickly. And a food truck, we would love to have a food truck. And it would make going to a little bit smaller events, 200 or 300 people, way easier. Because
cut it down to a 2 or 3 man crew.
Yeah.
Right.
Because everything's there.
Yeah. And so I know in the future, we would really like to get a food truck or 2 and see where that takes us.
Yeah.
Well, that does pose the question then. Since we're speaking future, no hard set plans, but would this eventually be like a retirement plan or possibly a full-time gig that you would be segueing into?
My husband keeps telling me to.
I will say this, so prior to our first Renaissance Affair that we did, I've always been into the medieval themes in the Renaissance era, but I've never gone to a Renaissance fair. So now that I've been going and I feel like I'm becoming a part of that Renaissance community. It is such a cool group of people that attend these events. I mean, the fact that people can come out, forget their daily life, come and enjoy for an afternoon or 2 afternoons, it's refreshing. And so for me, I look at this and go, man, when I'm closer to retire age, maybe I'm dragging a trailer across the United States, just hitting fair to fair to fair, because I enjoy the people so much.
Right.
Yeah. And we've all talked about that. We've all talked about the fact that if this continues to grow and we continue to enjoy it, it isn't a far jump to say, okay, can we replace one person's income? If we can replace one person's income and then they can go out and make it to where we can replace another person's income.
Right.
And so eventually, yes, we'd love it to become something like that. But
there's also something about the doing 4 to 6 events a year, the novelty of us showing up. This is the only place you get it. There is something about that. And I know, I'll say it right here on camera. I'm the hard site for Idaho Renaissance. I want to be part of that. I feel like what we've been doing together with kind of our sponsorship that we've done.
Oh, yes.
I'm really enjoying working with you guys. And so whatever that facet turns into, I mean, that's years and years away, but our connection with Idaho Renaissance, I don't think is going anywhere soon. So
I sure hope not. I mean, not just because we're going to have a video about it, but I mean, in all honesty, just so that y'all can see a little bit on the backside here, the Iron Rations is our first major sponsor that we actually went into, and we had in-person meetings. We talked about what we can do for each other, because it's not just a one-way street.
No.
We're trying to help, and that's what this video is part of. Part of the deal that we have gone is we're trying to help the Iron Rations be more acknowledged. It would be so cool, and I'm just putting this out there, if we could have people literally coming to our event just for Iron Rations.
it would be pretty cool.
Because like Scott was saying, this is literally the only place, not our event, but at any of the events that they go to. This is literally the only way you're going to get the Iron Rations unique food.
Yeah. And you get entertained. It's a dinner and a show.
It really is. And who doesn't like that? I mean, seriously. And the best part is it's not like you have to worry about something inappropriate coming up. They're families.
Yes.
Y'all's families are
Yes.
part of this. And so it's good for the children as well.
Yes.
And it's just fun. The energy is there. And knowing a little bit about your future plans, let us know. Do you have an official website that people can check out? Or do you have any way for people, if they want to have more conversation with you, that they can do that?
Yep, we're on all the social medias. The Iron Rations,
Facebook, Instagram,
TikTok.
Snapchat,
TikTok.
Or do we do?
We have TikTok.
Yeah.
There's not very much posted on that.
Yeah.
But we have Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. And then we have a website.
We do have our website, theironrations.com.
Okay.
So, and
All of our emails, our phone number, everything is all posted on those. So you can instant message us, or what they don't say that now. Now they say DMs. I'm old.
Right.
I'm MySpace era.
You know, it's funny when you think about it. It doesn't feel that long ago.
It was not long ago.
But it's kind of crazy because where y'all started 7 years ago, the Idaho Renaissance Fair Inc. started 8.
Yeah.
It hasn't been that long, and it almost feels like fate and or nature, or however it is you want to look at it, has kind of brought this together.
You know what was really interesting? So this is actually our 3rd year, right?
Third official
this is our third
as Iron Rations.
as a business.
Yeah.
Our first event, when we signed up, we got denied because they were full because we signed up late. Luckily for the Cloak Guild, formerly known as Rapid Giggles,
Right.
they knew the people in charge, and they did a huge favor and called us like, no, you really need to let these guys just come. You won't be disappointed.
I promise you want them.
And I am so grateful that they pulled that for us, because that kind of set us on the journey. I'll be honest, that first event was it was a hot mess.
Yeah. It was literally hot.
And the second event that we did was actually the fall 2 weekend back-to-back 2024.
Oh,
that
was over at Expo.
That was our second event that we ever did.
That's a big jump.
We learned a lot from that was Southern Idaho Renaissance.
Southern Idaho was our very first. So it's funny because when we're talking with them, we always tell them, this feels like home, because it was our first.
Because there's blood, sweat, and tears on the ground in that place.
So,
but it's been an amazing 3 years. I mean,
it's been a great journey.
Yeah.
Well, and we really appreciate you letting us be a part of it. You know, the future does look good. We are looking for hard sites. Things are so wide open at this point. And if there's any questions or concerns, we will have a link to all of the social medias for the Iron Rations in the video description. So drop a line, say hello, see what happens. You know, there's a lot on the table. And thank you two so much, for coming out and doing this. We really appreciate it. Do you have any kind of special message that you would like to share with anyone who may be watching the video?
Once we figure out where the fall event is, we got something in store for the fall event.
Ooh, teasers.
We can't get it put together by Beltane. We're running out of time. Well, we got some fun happening for the fall event.
Okay.
Well, and if everyone wants to go on our socials, like and follow us so you can see all those fun events, so you can kind of see where we're at, and you can kind of follow us around. Obviously, we have 3 events that we do with you guys, but you guys are not our only event, so like us and go on Facebook and follow us a little bit.
Right, see where they're going, because it may be in your neck of the woods. And honestly, when we talk about the Iron Rations being unique and being supportive and being its fun self, there's only one way you'll ever get to experience that. And if you want to come and play, they're open.
So we're here. Yep.
So this is where we are going to go ahead and call it. Scott and Laura, thank you so much for your time. We're going to hope that your history is as fun as our history, and we will catch you on the next one. Huzzah!
Huzzah!